Think for a moment about that woman you know. She is your age, maybe even a few years older, and when you see her walk, she moves with an energy that you feel you lost a long time ago. She moves with ease, sleeps well, does not complain of tiredness, and when she is with her family, she is truly present, not exhausted on the couch. Do you have her in mind? What that woman has is not privileged genetics nor more free time than you. She has a habit. Just that. A few months ago, Patricia wrote to me, a follower who lives in Medellin. She told me she had spent 3 years feeling like her body no longer responded, that she had tried everything and always gave up because she did not see results. She was 48 years old and was convinced that age had won. Today, 6 months later, she sends me photos of her morning walks and tells me she wakes up without pain for the first time in years. What changed? She started doing exactly what I am going to show you today. Today, I am going to teach you 5 exercises you can do at home with no equipment in less than 30 minutes, designed specifically for women over 45 years old who want to lose weight, activate their metabolism, and recover the energy they feel has gone away. At the end of the video, I will also give you a complete weekly routine, day by day, so you don't have to guess what to do or when. I am the voice behind Fit Old Woman, and I have spent years accompanying women like you on this journey. One thing before we continue, save this video right now because you are going to want to have it handy every time you do the routine. Before the exercises, you need to understand something important, because when you understand why your body does what it does, you stop fighting against it and start working with it. After the age of 40, the body progressively loses muscle mass. Muscle is the tissue that burns the most calories at rest, so losing it directly slows down the metabolism. In addition, hormonal changes of this stage favor the accumulation of fat in the abdominal area. The good news, and it's very good news, is that resistance exercise combined with moderate cardio is one of the most documented interventions for slowing down and reversing that process.
Exercise 1. Jogging in place. We start with jogging in place and we put it first because your body needs a signal that it is time to work. This movement activates circulation, raises body temperature, and prepares the joints for everything that comes next. But beyond the routine, what you are training here is the endurance you need to climb stairs without running out of breath, to walk long distances without feeling heavy, or to stand for hours without arriving at the end of the day completely exhausted. Research published in the American Journal of Physiology has shown that moderate-intensity cardiovascular exercise, sustained for at least 10 consecutive minutes, activates fat burning as the main energy source, and that effect is especially pronounced in women in the perimenopause and menopause stages. That is exactly the engine we want to start with this first movement. To do it, stand with your feet hip-width apart, and start lifting your knees alternately as if you were jogging but without moving from the spot. Bring each knee as close as you can to hip level. Your arms accompany the movement naturally with the elbow bent, the back straight, and the abdomen slightly contracted. Keep your gaze forward, breathing steadily and without holding your breath. And speaking of gaze, that is precisely the most common mistake in this exercise, looking downward. When you lower your eyes, your head goes with them, and that creates tension in the neck and destabilizes the entire posture. What I want you to feel during this exercise is the heat that starts rising through the legs and chest, because that sensation is your metabolism activating. Many women ask me if they have to go very fast for it to work, and the answer is no. A moderate, sustained pace where you can talk but feel your heart working is exactly the point where the body starts using fat as fuel. Going too fast makes you use glucose, not fat, and also exhausts you before your time. Find that comfortable but active pace and maintain it throughout the entire set. If you have pain in your knees or ankles, march in place without raising your knees as high, without jumping, and with softer movements. What matters is keeping the movement active and the pace steady throughout the entire set. Do 2 sets of 60 seconds with 20 seconds of rest between each one, and from day 1, focus on maintaining correct form rather than going faster. Exercise 2. Lateral leg raises. The second exercise is lateral leg raises, and I want you to pay close attention because it works an area that almost no one trains, and which is responsible for much of the pain that appears after the age of 45. The hip abductor muscles are the ones that stabilize you when you walk, climb stairs, or change direction. When they are weak, the knee and lower back have to compensate for that work, and that is where the pain starts that many women attribute to age, which in reality is a lack of training in that specific area. A study published in the Journal of Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy showed that strengthening the hip abductors significantly reduces knee pain in women by improving lower limb alignment during walking. Marta is 52 years old and wrote to me a few months ago telling me that she had spent almost a year with constant pain in her right knee. Her doctor had explained it was weakness in the hip, but nobody had told her what to do about it. She started including this exercise 3 times a week, and in less than a month, the pain had noticeably decreased. She wrote to me one day telling me that she could finally go down the stairs at work without holding the handrail. That is what this movement does when done consistently and with the correct technique.
To do it, support yourself with one hand on the wall or on the back of a firm chair, standing with the torso completely straight. Lift one leg to the side with the foot in flexion, meaning with the toes pointing forward and not downward. Raise as far as you can without the trunk tilting. Hold for a second at the top and lower with control without letting the leg drop. That controlled descent is just as important as the rise, because that is where the muscle works eccentrically and strengthens more deeply. That is the most frequent mistake, leaning toward the side of the supporting leg to gain height. When you do that, the exercise stops working the hip. If you need to lean to raise it, lower the elevation a little and work with the range your body allows today. If you prefer to do it seated, lift the extended leg sideways from a firm chair, and the muscular work is practically the same, with zero risk of losing balance. Do 3 sets of 12 repetitions per side. Exercise 3. Ab crunches with leg raises. And I know perfectly well what you are thinking, crunches. But wait, because this is not what you imagine. We are not going to do the classic crunches you have probably done your whole life, and which often create more tension in the neck than real work in the abdomen. This movement works the complete core, which includes the deep abdomen, the lower back, and the pelvic area. And that combination is what really changes how you move, how you stand, and how you feel day to day. A strong core means less back pain, better posture, and greater ease doing any daily task, from carrying grocery bags to getting up from the floor with ease. Electromyography research published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research shows that this exercise simultaneously activates the rectus abdominis and the iliopsoas, which generates greater caloric demand than conventional crunches, and at the same time strengthens the lumbar stabilization muscles. To do it, lie face up on a firm surface, which can be the floor with a mat or a thick rug. Place your hands under the glutes to protect the lower back, and this is fundamental because without that support, the back tends to arch and the effort goes to the wrong place. From that position, raise both legs together and straight until they form a 90-degree angle with the floor, and then lower them slowly without letting them touch the ground. Inhale as you go up and exhale during the descent, controlling the breath exactly as you control the movement. That rhythm of breathing helps you keep the abdomen contracted throughout the exercise and makes the work much deeper. Control during the descent is exactly where the real work happens, and the most common mistake is to rush that moment, letting the legs drop suddenly. Lowering like that not only eliminates the muscular benefit, but overloads the lumbar spine in a way that over time causes discomfort. Count 3 seconds to lower and 1 to raise. If you feel your back arching during the movement, bend your knees slightly or alternate legs one at a time instead of raising them together. Do 3 sets of 10 repetitions and add 2 more when you feel the exercise has become comfortable and controlled.
Exercise 4 is called bird dog, and it is one of the most complete that exists for improving balance, coordination, and spinal stability. What you train here is your body's ability to stay firm and controlled while one arm and one leg move at the same time, which is exactly what happens every time you walk, climb stairs, or react to something unexpected. Dr. Stuart McGill, one of the most recognized researchers in spinal biomechanics at the University of Waterloo, includes this exercise among the 3 fundamental movements for lumbar health, precisely because it activates the deep stabilizing muscles without generating compression in the intervertebral discs. It is safe, it is effective, and it is accessible for almost any level of fitness, including women who have not exercised for a long time. Lorena is 50 years old, and when she started with this exercise, she wrote to me saying she felt completely clumsy, that her arms trembled, and that on the 3rd day she wanted to give up. I asked her to continue for just 1 more week. 2 weeks later, she sent me a message telling me that for the first time in years, she had not woken up with back pain on a Monday. That exercise that at first seemed impossible was the one that transformed her mornings. To do it, position yourself on the floor with your knees directly below your hips and your hands below your shoulders. Your back should be completely flat, neither arched nor rounded. Imagine you have a glass of water on your back, and your job is not to spill it at any moment during the exercise. From that position, extend your right arm forward and your left leg backward at the same time, keeping them parallel to the floor. Hold for 2 seconds, return with control, and repeat with the left arm and right leg. During those 2 seconds that you hold the position, lightly tighten the abdomen as if you want to draw the navel toward the spine, and you will see how that immediately improves your stability. The most frequent mistake is rotating the hip to try to raise the leg higher. When the hip rotates, the spine loses its neutral position, and the exercise completely loses its purpose. If at first you cannot do it simultaneously, move the arm first and then the opposite leg independently, and combine them when you have more coordination and confidence. Do 3 sets of 8 repetitions per side. Exercise 5, general stretches. The 5th and final exercise is stretching, and I want you to take it just as seriously as any of the previous ones, because they are not filler at the end or the moment when you can get distracted. They are the part of the routine that tells the body the work is done, that it can relax and start recovering. They improve flexibility, reduce muscle soreness in the days that follow, gradually lower the heart rate. A review published in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity found that flexibility decreases rapidly after the age of 40 if not actively worked on, and that sustained stretches between 20 and 30 seconds are effective for maintaining and recovering joint range of motion in older women. In addition, stretching after exertion favors the elimination of waste products accumulated in the muscle during training, which directly reduces the feeling of heaviness and pain the next day. Let's do 4 stretches, held between 20 and 30 seconds each, without bouncing at any point.
Take this time calmly, without rushing, because it is also a moment to acknowledge what you have just done for yourself. The first is the quadriceps stretch. Standing with your back against the wall, bend one knee and bring the heel toward the glutes with the hand on the same side, keeping the knees together and the torso straight. The second is the hamstring stretch. Seated on the edge of a chair, extend one leg forward with the heel resting on the floor and lean gently from the hip until you feel the pull at the back of the thigh without bending your back. The third is the shoulder and arm stretch. Bring one arm horizontally across the chest and with the other apply gentle pressure to bring it closer to the body until you feel the tension in the shoulder and the back of the arm. The fourth is the lower back stretch. Lying face up, hug your knees to your chest and hold the position while you breathe calmly and let your back release completely against the floor. The most important mistake in this part, do not hold your breath. When you hold your breath during a stretch, the muscle tenses instead of releasing. Exhale gently while holding each position and let the body gradually yield. All these stretches can be done seated if you prefer not to be on the floor, and the effect is exactly the same.
Your complete weekly routine. Now that you know the 5 exercises, the next step is knowing when and how to combine them during the week. And this matters a lot because one of the most common mistakes I see is doing exactly the same thing every day, without variation and without rest, and then wondering why the body stops responding. The key is alternation. You rest not because you are weak, you rest because it is during rest that the muscle recovers, rebuilds, and becomes stronger. This routine is designed so that you start from scratch and in 3 weeks you notice a real difference in your energy. On Monday, you do the complete activation routine. 2 sets of 60 seconds of jogging in place, 2 sets of 10 repetitions of lateral leg raises per side, 2 sets of 8 ab crunches with leg raises, 2 sets of 6 repetitions of bird dog per side, and all the stretches at the end. Approximately 25 minutes. Tuesday is active rest. Walk 20 minutes at a comfortable pace, without rushing and without a stopwatch. It is not a training day, it is a day of gentle movement that keeps circulation active and helps the muscles from the previous day recover more efficiently. A calm walk after the previous day's training does more than you imagine. On Wednesday, the focus is on core and balance. 2 sets of 60 seconds of jogging as warm-up, 3 sets of 8 repetitions of bird dog per side, and stretches focused on the back and hips. Approximately 25 minutes. Thursday is complete rest. Your body needs this day. Use it to hydrate well, sleep enough, and arrive at Friday with energy and motivation. On Friday, you do the complete routine with a little more intensity. 2 sets of 90 seconds of jogging, 3 sets of 12 repetitions of lateral raises per side, 3 sets of 10 ab crunches with leg raises, 3 sets of 8 repetitions of bird dog per side, and the complete stretches. Approximately 30 minutes.
Saturday is active rest, or an enjoyable activity. Dance, swim, ride a bike, walk in a park. The condition is that you move and enjoy it, without it being exhausting. On Sunday, you truly rest. If you want, you can do only the stretches in 5 minutes, without the rest of the routine. Especially if during the week you feel any area is tense or tight, those 5 Sunday minutes can make a big difference in how you wake up on Monday. For week 2, add 1 more repetition to each exercise. If you did 10, do 11. If you did 2 sets, try 3, where you previously did 2. In week 3, increase the jogging time to 2 minutes per set and add a 4th set to the exercise you feel most controlled. And if any week you cannot complete the whole plan because life gets complicated, do not take it as a failure. Take it as what it is, a difficult week. The important thing is to get back on track the next day without carrying guilt, because consistency is not measured in the perfect week, but in how many times you decide to return when something disrupts the rhythm. The principle is always the same. Advance when you feel ready, listen to your body, and never sacrifice correct form for more repetitions. 1 repetition done well is worth 10 done badly. What you are really building. A while ago, a 57-year-old woman wrote to me who had been following a routine like this for 2 months. She told me something I will not forget, that her 25-year-old daughter had called her one Sunday to ask what she had done differently, because she seemed different. Not thinner, but more present, more confident, with something in her eyes that had not been there before. That is what exercise does when it becomes a habit. It does not only change the body, it changes how you stand before the world and how you perceive yourself. Every time you complete one of these exercises, you are not only burning calories or strengthening a muscle, you are choosing something much bigger. You're choosing to be able to get up from the floor without needing help. You're choosing to have the energy to be truly present with the people you love, to play, to laugh, to be there for real, and not from a place of exhaustion. You're choosing not to depend on anyone to move, to live, to enjoy. No pill or fad diet does that. Consistent movement done with intention and respect for your body does.
And if today was your first day, if you were just starting and you finished this routine, even if it was only halfway, even if you did the easier version of each exercise, even if you stumbled and got back up in the attempt, you have already done more than yesterday. And that, exactly that, is what builds real change, not the perfect day. The day when you put on your sneakers even when you did not feel like it. The day when you chose your body even when everything else demanded you stay still. Because change does not arrive all at once.
It arrives in those small days, in those imperfect days, in those days when you decided to move anyway. Your body has far more capacity to change than you have been led to believe. I have seen it in women of 45, of 55, of 65. Women who came to this channel convinced it was too late, that their body was no longer going to respond, that the moment had passed, and who later wrote to me to tell me they were wrong. The limit is not in age, it is in deciding to begin. Today you learned 5 exercises to lose weight and activate your metabolism from home, with no equipment and in less than 30 minutes. You have a complete weekly routine with all the detail for the next 3 weeks, with working days, active rest days, and a clear progression so the body keeps responding. And you have something more important. You understand why these exercises work specifically for a body like yours after 45. That makes all the difference between following a routine with conviction and abandoning it after 10 days without knowing what went wrong. Now I ask you for just one thing. Leave in the comments which exercise you felt the most in your body. Not the easiest or the one you liked most, the one you felt the most. That answer helps me know exactly what videos to make for you next, and I love reading each one because it tells me how your process is going. If you have a friend, a sister, or someone close who has been searching for a while for where to start moving without knowing how, share this video with them today. Sometimes all someone needs is for another person to say, "Look, this is where you start." And you can be that person for someone who needs it. In the next video, we are going to talk about something that very few people connect with exercise, but that may be sabotaging all your results without you realizing it. Don't miss it. Until next time, I am still here at Fit Old Woman.